Hello everyone. In this video we will be learning a very beautiful concept, that is NGP, neighbor group participation, right? All of us have studied various neighbor group participation which is done by a heteroatom like oxygen, sulfur, phosphorus, nitrogen, which is attached to a beta carbon. Example, now I do have a leaving group, right? This is alpha carbon and this is the beta carbon, right, which is adjacent to the alpha carbon. If this beta carbon is attached to the heteroatom like oxygen, sulfur, nitrogen, phosphorus, etc., these groups are involved in neighbor group participation, NGP. Now apart from these heteroatom, if I have a vinyl group, that is C double bond C, and a phenyl group attached to this beta carbon, right, then these group also involve themselves in NGP. Now in this particular video what we have done, we have taken a question where the phenylic group is showing NGP, right? It's a very beautiful question and it will clear all of your fundas related to stereochemistry also and NGP also, right? Now understand, now a lot of people have doubts that how come phenyl group can attach or can involve themselves in NGP. Now understand what exactly happens here. If this is a alpha carbon connected with chlorine, in the beta carbon I do have a phenylic group. Now understand that what exactly happened. This pi electron shifts here and it attacks on this delta positive carbon. I know that chlorine is more electronegative than carbon, so I'll be having the shared pair of electron will get shift towards this chlorine. So I'll be getting delta negative charge on the chlorine and delta positive charge on the carbon. And understand that this delta positive charge is very adjacent to this carbon. This pi electron cloud is acting as a nucleophile which will shift on this carbon, and this carbon will attack on this carbon, and the Cl minus is leaving. So what is happening? This pi electron cloud will act as a nucleophile for this C delta positive charge. This pi electron cloud will shift on this carbon, attacks this negative charge will attacks on this carbon. If negative charge attacks on this carbon, Cl minus leaves, which gives me a particular intermediate like this. This carbon is getting bonded to both the carbon atoms. As we know that this pi electron shifts over here, so I'll be getting a positive charge here and here. Now this is the way a phenyl group does show your intramolecular SN2 reaction in NGP. So phenyl group will behave like a heteroatom and does involve in NGP, and this is the way it does involve, right? Now we have to solve these two questions, right? Now the very basic thing to solve these two questions by using NGP. Now the students, right, they get confused. Now what is the confusion? They says that in NGP first intramolecular SN2 reaction takes place. Now when intramolecular SN2 reaction takes place, the phenyl group should attack from backside, right, on the backside on that carbon containing halogen. So it has to attack from backside to the halogen, right? Now this says that this phenyl and this chlorine are on the same side, so NGP is not possible. This is wrong. Phenyl and chlorine, I know they are oriented in the same side, but this is sigma bond, right? The bond rotation along sigma bond is possible, right? So phenyl group can be anti-periplanar to this Cl, right? Now here also, one second, I have a CH3 here, right? Make it one second, deuterium. This should be deuterium. Now this is Cl and this is deuterium. So I have just changed this question so that you can analyze it properly. Here phenyl and chlorine are the same side. Here phenyl and chlorine are anti-periplanar already. Take the opposite sides. Now in both the cases NGP can takes place here because sigma bond rotation is possible. The phenyl can orient itself and the anti-periplanar position to that chlorine. Okay. Now in order to solve this question, the very first thing is convert Fischer into Sohaus projection. Okay. Now Fischer projection is like this. The groups are facing towards you. Okay. Now how to draw Fischer projection to Sohaus? Just drop this molecule down like this. Now when you drop this molecule down, no, though this is hydrogen, see this molecule, I have hydrogen which is oriented away from you. These two groups like deuterium and phenyl are facing towards you. Below carbon, deuterium and chlorine are facing towards you, and here again hydrogen is going away from you here in this direction. You don't have to do anything, just drop this molecule down. You drop this molecule down in such a way that these two groups will become like this, and the group which are facing away from you will come on the top like this. The group which is facing away from you will become on the top like this. So I'll show this thing with the help of this model, right? Now this is the way a Fischer projection is given to you. I want to draw this molecule into sawhorse like this. Getting it? So this is the way you get a sawhorse. I'm saying hold this molecule from this direction, just drop this molecule down and tilt it slightly. The carbon which is facing away from you, see, I'll do one thing, I'll take these two groups which is facing away from you, that is green group. Just analyze the position of green groups and imagine, like, just see this molecule, like where it is facing towards on the left side of yours, and this is on the right hand side. Getting it? Now understand, this is hydrogen green one, this is hydrogen green one. I'm just dropping this molecule down. If I'm dropping this molecule down, the group which are facing away from you, right, the both groups are coming on the top. Then just draw the normal bonds in a sawhorse projection. The group which was on the left hand side will remain on the left, on the right hand side remain on the right, like this. Just drop the molecule like this. So I'm dropping the molecule like this. So green will come on the top, green will come on the top. This part will be of phenyl, this will be deuterium, this part will be chlorine, this part will be your deuterium. Getting it? So just drop this molecule down. So if I'm dropping this molecule down, hydrogen will both come on the top. The other two bonds in sawhorse will be like this. One will be towards you, other will be away from you. Now understand, if I'm dropping this molecule like this, right, and just bringing it like this, so deuterium will come over here. The left will be on the left, the right will be on the right. The left will be on the left, the right will be on the right. Done? Understood? This is a way to convert Fischer to sawhorse. Again, just drop this molecule down. The carbon or the groups which are on the top and bottom will come on the top. This carbon will face towards you. This phenyl group will be coming towards you. This deuterium will go away from you. This deuterium will face towards you. This chlorine will face away from you, will go away from you. So this is the first thing I have converted. These two Fischer projection into sawhorse. How? Again, one more time. Just drop this molecule like this. Getting it? These two group will face towards you, other two group will face away from you, and these two will come on the top. Got it? Now listen. Phenyl has to do NGP on this chlorine. So what we will do, I'll just rotate this molecule such that chlorine and pH will come anti-periplanar to each other, right? So if I'm rotating this molecule, then what I'll get? Let's say I'll just make chlorine on the top. If I'm bringing chlorine on the top by rotating this molecule, I'll get hydrogen here and deuterium here. Deuterium will be facing towards you. Just bring phenyl down. If I'm bringing phenyl down, then hydrogen will come towards you and deuterium will go away from you, like this. Now this pH will act as a heteroatom, will do anti-periplanar intramolecular SN2, that is NGP reaction. When pH attacks on the back side, these two groups will come on the top in the very same orientation. The deuterium is towards you, hydrogen is away from you, they'll become top like this, the very same orientation, right? So I'll be getting here pH is donating the electron I'll get this. Deuterium will face towards you, and hydrogen will go away from you. Here also hydrogen is already towards you, deuterium is away from you. This is the first thing, right? Here also just do one thing. Draw, make Cl and pH anti-periplanar. So I'm just bringing chlorine on the top. If chlorine comes on the top, then I will be just bring chlorine over here. So hydrogen will come here, deuterium will come here. If pH comes down, then towards you will be hydrogen, away from you will be deuterium. Now pH attacks from backside here, Cl will leave, Cl minus will leave. Again intramolecular NGP reaction takes place, whereby I'll get this molecule. pH donated electron become pH positive. These two group again come on the top in the very same orientation, hydrogen, deuterium, and here your hydrogen and deuterium. The towards you will be hydrogen, away from you will be deuterium, right? And again here pH positive, right? Now again after this intramolecular reaction I do have pH minus. Now pH minus will do intermolecular reaction, right? Now understand this pH positive is unstable. It want to regain its electron back. If it want to regain its electron back, one second. If it want to regain its electron back, what will happen? Yeah. So yeah. Now what will happen? I have pH minus. I know that pH positive is highly unstable, then pH minus has to attack, right? Now this pH positive will attract the electron from this carbon, So I'll be getting delta positive charge here, delta positive charge here, and I do have pH minus, right? Now pH minus can attack on this carbon from the back side, attack on this carbon from the back side. Again an intermolecular SN2 reaction takes place. Take care. Now understand, if pH minus I am bringing here so that it can attack here by pathway number 1, it can attack here by pathway number 2. By pathway number 1, when it is attacked here, this bond is getting broken down by pathway number 1. If by pathway number 2 it attacks on this carbon, this bond will get broken down by pathway number 2. So what are the products which I will be getting by pathway number 1 and 2? We'll visualize it here. pH minus, when it acts on this carbon, this bond is getting broken down. These two groups are like this. When attacks takes place here, again these two groups become like this in the very same orientation. Attack takes place from the top. These two groups become bottom in the very same orientation. The thing is, the group which is facing towards you will still face towards you only. So attacks here, this bond get broken down by pathway number 1. So pH will come on the top. These two groups will come on the bottom in the very same orientation. This bond is getting broken down. I'll be getting your pH, non-neutral pH, and these two groups will become up in the very same orientation. So this is the product by pathway number 1, right? If you see this product, I'll have a meso compound. I do have a center of symmetry. So the molecule is optically inactive. Here by pathway number 2, see by pathway number 2 what I'll get. If pH minus attacks here, these two groups will become down, attacks here, these two groups will become down in the very same orientation. So I'm getting pH, I'll get D, I'll get H. This bond will get broken down, I'll get neutral pH, I'll get H, I'll get deuterium. Now again I do have a center of symmetry over here. Again this molecule is optically inactive. Meso, that means these two pathways are producing meso, they are both same product, right? So by this reaction I am getting single product which is meso, optically inactive. Now concentrate here. Now again pH minus has two ways to attack on this molecule, right? So I'll just draw it nicely so that you can visualize it properly, right? Yeah. So I have pH positive, towards you is hydrogen, away from you deuterium, towards you is hydrogen, away from you is deuterium. Now pH minus has again two ways to attack. This pH positive will attract the electron from these two carbon, both the carbon will get delta positive. pH minus attacks on this carbon by pathway number 1. This bond is getting broken down the pathway number 1. Attacks on this carbon by pathway number 2. This bond is getting broken down by pathway number 2. Again, I'll get two products by pathway number 1 and by pathway number 2. So by pathway number 1, if pH minus attacks on this carbon, this bond is getting broken down. These two will become down in the very same orientation. So pH comes on the top. Hydrogen will face towards you. Deuterium will face away from you. pH I'll get here. Other two groups here in the very same orientation. This molecule does not have any plane of symmetry, it doesn't have any center of symmetry. This molecule is optically active. Now concentrate on pathway number 2. pH minus attacks here, these two groups becomes down in the very same orientation. What I will get here, pH, this will become down in the very same orientation. This bond is getting broken down. I'll get pH down and hydrogen above towards you and deuterium away from you. Just see, again I don't have any center of symmetry, I don't have any plane of symmetry. This molecule is optically active, and the relationship between 1 and 2, they are mirror images of each other. So I'm getting two products which are mirror images of each other. They are enantiomeric pairs, and both are producing in 50-50% amount, right? So I'll get a racemic mixture. Why 50-50%? Because the steric hindrance in both the carbons from the back side, deuterium hydrogen is same. So intermolecular SN2 reaction on both the carbon have equal probability. So both will come 50-50% I'll get here, and I'll get a enantiomeric mixture, right? So by this reaction I'll be getting two products which are enantiomeric pairs of each other, and here I'll get a meso compound. So this is a very beautiful reaction in which you understand that by changing only one stereochemistry, right? If I'm using a distereoisomers of each other, the products are different even though they appear to be same reactions, right? Hope you have enjoyed this NGP done by phenyl ring. Please like and subscribe this channel. Thank you.